Oh, my gosh, denizens. Welcome once again to Science Tech Stand Up. I appreciate your time that you're spending with me. Now, if you harbored any lingering trust in browsing the internet, well, you're going to lose it completely now. Stay tuned to my Google bit at the end. So, what is the value of sending your kid, your dumb offspring, off to college and university when MOOCs have exploded? Hey, it's not an Italian slur. MOOC stands for Massive Open Online Courses. Why pay tens of thousands of dollars on sending your dumbass kid to some Ivy League school, pick up the odd venereal disease when they can take the same courses far more cheaply and often for free online? Of course, many kids are more interested in participating in what caused them to get the venereal disease. The market for online degrees is expected to hit $74 billion by 2025 and $1 trillion by 2030. Still, there is something to be said for the friendships and connections one can make at school. And for many, it's not about learning at all. It's about getting drunk and puking near the Ryerson ice rink at 2 a.m. Just hypothetically. There is no doubt that MOOCs are going to massively change how we educate our children. But for many parents, going into debt is worth getting your kids out of the house for 7 months of the year. Microsoft, our favorite company, has officially end-of-lifed Edge and replaced it with Edge. Hold that thought, because I want to talk briefly about Edge's evil parent,
Internet Explorer.
What a journey IE has been on. The browser everyone loved to hate. Internet Explorer was originally developed in 1995 to beat back Netscape because Microsoft was late to the internet game because it was dicking around with ruling the walled garden world epitomized by AOL and CompuServe and completely missed the emerging non-proprietary internet. But Microsoft got its act together very quickly and included IE for free with Windows, which totally crushed Netscape. Then came years of usurping HTML and bending it to the eye of Sauron by providing tools to corporate users that would create websites that would really only run on IE properly. And at its peak, IE had more than 90% of the browser market. But then, thankfully, while IE was at its most bloated, virus-infected self, came Google Chrome, combined with Firefox and Apple Safari. Well, together, they beat back Microsoft's polluted spawn. And with the rise in Linux servers and standards-based web stuff, Microsoft had no choice but to abandon its proprietary ways and join the crowd, which under Satya Nadella, they seem to have done well and toned down the evil. The original Edge was an attempt at standards compliance with middling success. But with Chromium Edge, which they released last year, Microsoft has done a really good job and a very good Mac version to boot. And this week they announced that support for Edge 1 is toast. If we could only get our parents to stop using IE4. The good news is that Google has announced that they are going to eliminate the ability to buy ads based on your browsing history. Yeah, third-party browser cookie tracking is dead. But Google wants to replace it with FLoC, Federated Learning of Cohorts, which, according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, is even worse. I'm quoting here from the EFF. For more than 2 decades, the third-party cookie has been the linchpin in a shadowy, seedy, multi-billion-dollar advertising surveillance industry on the web. Phasing out tracking cookies and other persistent third-party identifiers is long overdue. Google is leading the charge to replace third-party cookies with a new suite of technologies to target ads on the web. Flock is meant to be a new way to make your browser do the profiling that third-party trackers used to do themselves. In this case, boiling down your recent browsing activity into a behavioral label and then sharing it with websites and advertisers. The technology will avoid the privacy risks of third-party cookies, but it will create new ones in the process. Okay, so I really didn't understand much of what that meant, but it sounds bad. Whatever this change means, Google is not doing it for our flocking benefit. See, I can say flocking as many times as I want because it's, not the other word, and Google won't flag me. I'm sure. So till next time, flocking denizens be flocking you. So it's great. I love saying flock.